This has been a unique week in world history. President Trump has made a unilateral decision to impress upon the world and the American people that he will not tolerate anyone, any terrorists attacking the American people. There is one song that I think goes very well with the mood that I'm feeling about what he has done. Hello and welcome to the Sonia Schmidt Show. I am Sonia Schmidt and you're watching me on The Range, as I hope you do every Sunday night, 7 o'clock Pacific Coast time, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Coast time. So also thank you for sharing the show. It's the only way I can get the word out. If you have Facebook, which I'm sure you must, there will always be a live partial video of my show that you can share to your friends and to the public if you'd like. All right, so the opening obviously was a song that's a little raunchy. I beeped it out. I never know. I don't have a problem with naughty words, but I'm pretty sure there's some people in my audience who do. So for your benefit, I bleep them out, but it certainly to me embodies the American spirit. And in fact, how I'm kind of feeling right now. Thank you, President Donald Trump. People in Hollywood, they were always shocked when they found out I was a black conservative. They're like, how could you revere America when you are a descendant of slaves? Well, my answer to them is that's exactly why I revere this country. It's because of who my relatives were and what they went through. That's the reason I'm able to revere this country and want to take full advantage of everything it has to offer. And to be honest, this place has more to offer than any other place on the planet. However, there are a few things that make it not so fun. Which brings me to today's topic. It's 2020. Let the fake news begin. I always say being an American is no longer a spectator sport, and what you're spectating these days is a bunch of bunk. This week, after Trump has cut off the head of yet another terrorist snake, they have gone fast and furious in the media. Trump says it was to prevent a war. They say, wait for it, the opposite.
Without congressional authorization, entering into another Middle East war.
It's almost laughable hearing people who are constantly at war with everything talk about war. What aren't they at war with? Sugar, salt, coal, climate deniers, big business, small business, life, death, God. In fact, I can't think of too much they're not at war with. Another thing they want to know is what's his exit strategy? How do you have an exit strategy with somebody who's never going to give up? This is not a temporary problem. He's in it to win it.
I don't know if you know what was happening, but he was planning a very major attack, and we got him.
Boom. That brings me to my guest for this week's show. He is a first-generation American citizen. He's a highly decorated United States naval officer who flew over 30 combat missions during Operation Iraqi Freedom. His decision to run for Congress in 2020 as the Republican nominee in California, right now, I think he can lend a lot to this topic of what's going on in the media, what's truth, and what he thinks, the direction he thinks we should go. Hello. Your bio is so interesting. Tell us about, first of all, the Super Hornet and what it took to pilot that puppy.
Yeah, absolutely. That was my office for about 15 years or so. But it leads up with roughly 2.5 years of normal training before you even step into one of the big fighters.
Let's talk about Trump for a second and his recent decision to defend our embassy by killing Soleimani. Do you think this strike should have been delayed, or was this timing appropriate to do what he did?
Without seeing the classified data that went into the decisions that were made, it's difficult to question what was done one way or the other. But I will say this, that we've seen examples in the past where whether it was Bin Laden or other high value targets, high leadership targets in these terrorist organizations, they don't stay put very long. You know, so
Right.
when you have an opportunity